What's up guys, I'm Newbie Dave and welcome to the Weekend Update. Let's get started. So how's it going everybody? Hope you had a fantastic week. Here we are at our brand new base location over in the mountains that I found a couple of weeks ago. Moved my portal. I had it in the central area, but I moved it as part of this build. Last week we came down here and built this wonderful new storage system. I'm really happy with how I've got all this stuff organized. I am struggling a little bit to figure out where to put things. Just any new sort of storage system takes me a little bit to kind of figure out. Like I've got all my wood in here now, and below that, I call this like my leftovers chest. And so this is the wood, but things that you make out of wood like slabs and stairs and the leaves and everything go right below that. Same thing over here. This is like my nether stuff chest, and then right below that is nether quartz, because as you can see I get a lot more nether quartz than all the other block types, and so they go together but they're kind of separated, and so I still got a lot of empty storage in here that I can fill up. One quick thing is I made a small change. This used to be my bulk storage. I moved that over here. I added another little alcove and moved all my bulk storage over here because I realized I'm going to need bulk storage for more than just 4 things. And so I need a lot more bulk storage than I had from that one section. And I also needed more normal storage than I had. So I moved bulk storage over here. Right now I've got my deep slate, my stone, my cobblestone. I've got all my dirt and grass together, but I may end up separating those. And like I did over there with my wood types and then the stuff that you make from wood, I'm doing the same thing over here. Like here's my cobblestone, but then right below that is going to be cobblestone stairs and slabs and walls and other stuff that you make from cobblestone. So it's all going to go over here, but the cobblestone will be like the top several chests, and then below that will be cobblestone stuff. So yeah, really excited about this storage system and looking forward to today's build, but I do need to sleep and then we'll get started. So what are we going to build up here? Well, since this is the center of this mountain range thing, this is where I want obviously my storage to be. I'm going to be building stuff around here. Oh, look at the little Arctic fox. Isn't he adorable? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at him. I don't want to scare him. Okay, anyways, yeah, that's really cool. Oh, he's so cute. And very distracting. Okay, on to today's build. So this is kind of the center of my new base. I'm going to be building stuff up in the mountains around it, coming back down here for storage and everything. This is also where I want my nether portal to be. So I'm going to be building like a little nether portal hub area thing on top of my storage room. So I will start by breaking this down. Hey, come back here, fox. That fox just ran off with some of my obsidian. You silly little fox. Okay, you can have it. You can have it, because I'm definitely not going to do whatever I need to get it back from you. I've got plenty of obsidian over here. So here's the plan. This little black square is going to be where I build my portals. Obviously, you can't build portals on the ground. Wonder these foxes. I don't know what's going on. Like they are seriously distracting me today. Where did an emerald come from? What? I'm guessing there was an illager over here. I don't think the fox could have killed an illager though. That's weird. Okay, sorry. Very distracted by the foxes today. I am going to be building my nether portal here. You cannot build nether portals like laying down like I have the wool right now. So how are we going to do this? Well, what I want to do is pick up all the wool and get back up top. I'm actually going to be building 4 nether portals. There's going to be one on each side, and this is going to be the base of, or the bases of all 4 nether portals. And so they're going to be 5 blocks wide. They're also going to be, I'm going to go up, I think 7 blocks. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we'll go across 5. And we'll see how this looks. Yeah, that looks good. The normal, like, minimum size nether portal is 2 blocks wide by 3 blocks tall. The inner part I'm talking about. And so I kind of want to keep that same aspect ratio, but just make it bigger. So I'm going to do this for all 4. And we get something that looks like this. So we will light these up. And having 4 nether portals here, they're all going to link up to the same nether portal in the nether. I could like build 2 nether portals side by side in the nether and they might link up to different ones, but that's not what I'm going for. This is really just because it's going to look really cool. I mean, look at that. How cool is that? But that's not all that I have planned for today, because that would be a very short episode, which is kind of boring. And so I'm going to get some of these other things out. I want to do a little build around it as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some of these stone bricks and we're going to dig up all of this light blue wool. I'm going to build a little ring out of stone bricks and we're going to build a little structure around the nether portal, turn this into a proper structure. But I do want it to still be open. I want this area to feel open. I want to be able to step out and you see all the mountains around it, but I also want it to look nice. So what I'm thinking is like this sort of gazebo type structure that's open on the sides but has a roof and looks really good. So we'll start by just replacing the light blue wool with these stone brick blocks all the way around. And then for the inside, I'm going to use some more stone bricks, but I'm also going to throw in some black stained glass. And so we're going to remove all of this grass that's on the inside of this circle now. By the way, you may notice I'm using a resource pack. I haven't used any resource packs so far in this series, but I decided to go ahead and use 2 resource packs. One is Foxy No-Tail's No Particles resource pack, and so it just removes the particles from beacons and potions. You can see I've got my beacon going, I've got the haste 2 effect, but no particles. That's really, really good because those particles are always getting in my way. But it only affects beacons and potions. You can see the nether portal still has particles. You still get little smoke particles from torches and the dripping of particles from different plants and stuff. So that's a really nice resource pack. The other one is from a website. It's called Bedrock Tweaks, I believe. That's not the website, that's the resource pack. And what's really cool about it is it just makes very, very small changes to the default resources. And it's really sort of a la carte. You can kind of pick what changes you want. And so I made the grass blocks be grass on all sides except the bottom. Same with snow and some of the other block types where the texture would only be on the top. It makes the sun round instead of square. I get quieter pistons, quieter nether portal sound effects. So it still looks and feels like vanilla Minecraft, but it's just kind of little small tweaks here and there, which is really nice. I had completely forgotten about that until I noticed that all the grass blocks had grass on the sides, and I was like, oh right, I've got a resource pack turned on. So now I'm going to go all around the nether portal base with the stone brick blocks. We'll just do kind of an outline of the base of this thing. And then I'll come over to the sides that have the stairs, and what I'm going to do is, you'll notice there's just enough clearance right here to get up and down the stairs without hitting your head on this block, but it is kind of close. And if you're going down fast, you might still hit your head on it. So I'm actually going to remove that one and replace it with an upside down stair like that, which gives us a little bit more clearance. And then, so it doesn't look weird that there's just a stair right there and not anywhere else, I'm also going to do stairs on the side like this. And we'll do stairs on this side as well. But then in the corners here, I'm going to do full blocks again. Since there's a stair next to it, I think it's going to look a lot better with the full blocks. So we've got this nice little outline of the stairs going down, and there's upside down stairs on the sides of it, so you get this sort of slope effect to it. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So we'll replace that with an upside down stair. We'll do upside down stairs on the sides, not right there. And then we'll do solid blocks in the corners back here. There we go, that's looking good. Now I only have stairs on these 2 sides, but I want to sort of reflect that, have the same sort of symmetry on the other side. So I'm going to do the same thing over here, even though there's no stairs on these sides. But as you can see from below, it's going to look nice having the same blocks on every side. And I missed one, that should be a stair, not a block. There we go. So I'll do the same thing on the other side. There we go. And then since we don't have stairs here, I'm going to fill it in with black glass. And I'm actually going to do black glass in all of the openings all the way around that are not the stone bricks. Of course, we'll leave an opening right there for the stairs. There we go. This is looking really good. I think it's going to look really good from below too, because you can look up and still see up through the floor. Speaking of seeing up through the floor, we're also going to replace the grass in the middle of our new nether portals with black glass. So you'll be able to see up into this thing from below. Now along the outside here, I'm actually going to replace some of this black glass with stone bricks. Not all the way, like I'm not going to go in one block all the way around, but I am going to end up putting fences around some of this, and I want the fences to be on bricks all the way around. So really it's just the 3 corner blocks here on each side. I'm going to replace the glass with stone bricks. All right, this is looking good. So we've got the base, we've got the floor of this structure put in now. Now let's talk about the outside of it. So what I want to do is I'm going to use some deep slate, and I'm going to do some polished deep slate walls. There we go. The polished deep slate walls. And I think I'm actually going to do a whole stack of those, and I didn't bring enough deep slate. Let me go get some more. Then we're also going to do just some polished deep slate, and we're also going to do some stairs and a couple of slabs, all polished deep slate. So to get started, what I'm going to do is, if I'm looking at the side, the flat side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks wide. So on the outside 2 blocks like that, I'm going to do the polished deep slate bricks, and I'm going to do 2 more on either side of that. We'll get our scaffolding out, and then I'm going to do walls on top of that. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 walls on each of those. So hop down and take a look. So it should look something like that. That's really good. And I'm going to do the same thing on all 4 sides. There we go. What I like about this is, since the walls are diagonal to each other, they don't connect. So you get the little gap in between them, which looks really cool. And then you've got these big open sides in between each of them. So this is where I'm going to come put the spruce fences. So I'm going to do spruce fences on the, I guess the diagonals. I was going to say corners, but they're not really corners because it's a circle. And then I'll leave the flat sides open. Here I can say it's a circle and then talk about the flat sides, because it's Minecraft. I mean, everything is flat. There we go. So this is starting to come together, and it's looking really, really good. Again, I wanted something that looks and feels open while also having a defined structure to it. All right, so getting back up on our scaffolding here, I'm going to get up on top of one of these sides, and we'll jump over onto the wall. And on each of these walls on the very top, I'm going to put a couple more of the polished deep slate. Polished deep slate, yeah, just polished deep slate. I have a hard time with the names of things in this game, so give me a break. And then on top of these, on the open sides, I'm going to do stairs like that. Behind that, I'm going to do an upside down stair like that. We'll do another polished deep slate on top of that with another stair. And then in between those 2 stairs, facing outwards, I'm going to do an upside down stair with a polished deep slate on top and an upside down stair sticking out like that. So I'll hop down, step back, and see how this looks. So we're creating this little arch on top of the open side, which looks really, really nice. I'm happy with that. Kind of look at it from the side. That's going to look really good. So I want each of the 4 open sides to kind of have this little peak, this arch that sticks up above it. And then if I come around to the side right next to it, what I want to do is then do some stairs that kind of winds its way around to the other side, following the shape of the circle. So we'll do stair right there. We'll do stair here with another stair going out because we're directly above the shape of the circle down there. And then we'll come in like this, over, in, over, and then in, over, and we'll do the polished deep slate there, and one more right there. Oh, okay, sorry. I was going back and looking at this side and that side. I'm like, these don't look the same because this has 1 there and then 1, 2, 3 before it turns, and this one doesn't. Well, it's because I haven't built this side of it yet. So I'll just throw this on there so I can complete it like that. Now they look the same. Okay, that was throwing me off. So that's the plan. I'm going to do these archways over the 4 open sections, and then we'll just do some stairs that connect them following the shape of the circle on the bottom. There we go, something that looks like that. So this is starting to take shape. It's starting to come together. It's looking good. Last thing we need to do is put a roof on this. So as you can maybe start to see from the shape of this thing, what I want is sort of a domed roof to this, but not just a perfect dome. That's why I've got these 4 archways. I want the 4 open sides to be a little bit taller than the diagonals here. And so I can't just follow a strict dome. It's going to be kind of a weird shape. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up top, and I'm going to start by just creating sort of an arch that goes over this thing from one side to the other. And I think that'll help define the shape, and then I can kind of fill in the rest of it. So to get started, I'm actually going to put one more polished deep slate slab on top of this to help start defining that shape. And then next to that, we'll do a plank, which is going to be kind of hard because I'm standing where the plank needs to go. There we go, like that. And I want it to go up a little bit more, so I'm going to put a slab on top of that. And then behind that, we'll do another plank with another slab on top of it. And I think we'll do that one more time. So we've basically got like a full step up 3 times, but because we're starting with a top slab, it's a plank with a slab on it, plank with slab, plank with slab. At this point, we're almost over the nether portal in the middle, so I think I'm going to start flattening out a little bit. So I'll do another plank right behind this, and then maybe go back one with that, and then I think do slab and slab. And this is going to be the very top, so we'll carry this over like that. And it was 1, 2, 3 to the center, so I'll go another 2 out, and that should be the same depth, the same length on that side as it is on this side. So let me do the same pattern on the other side, and we'll meet the 2 in the middle. So we'll take a step back, we'll see if we can start to see the definition. I think I need to get up a little bit higher. Yeah, so that's a nice good dome shape that's forming. Yeah, it's not too tall, but it's also not flat. It's got a nice little curve to it, so it's also not just like a slope. I think that's going to work. So I'll do the same thing on going from this arch to that arch. And there we go. So we've got like the outline, the skeleton of this dome in place. Now we just need to fill it in. And this part's actually going to be a little bit tricky because it's not a perfect dome. We can't just do like concentric rings that are all the same height going all the way around, because these diagonal parts are a lot lower than the arches, which are kind of at the same outer ring level. So we need to do something a little bit creative here. And I forgot, this is why I actually brought my beacon with me, because I had this project planned, and so I switched my beacon over to jump boost, because we're going to start dealing with layers that are more than 1 block tall. They're going to be like a block and a half, because we're going to be doing like we did over there with a plank and a slab and a plank and a slab. And so having the jump boost is going to be able help us be able to get up and down along this thing without having to, do a whole lot of scaffolding everywhere. So to get started, I am going to do a ring of slabs that connects each of the arches together like that. So that's all going to be 1 height. And actually this isn't done. I think I'm going to do another, I said slab, these are planks. I always get slabs and planks mixed up. I don't know why. When I'm talking and playing and planning, things just kind of run together. So I'm going to do 1 more plank there. I think this one I want it to, we'll do a plank there. We'll do slabs here though. And now we can actually get rid of these. Those were really just there to, whoops, not that one. Those backside planks were just there to like connect everything together. And the more observant viewer will probably notice that I did not in fact get jump boost. I got speed 2, which explains why I can't jump up on top of these things. Let me go switch that. That's better. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. By the way, love the snow in Minecraft. I think this is a Bedrock Edition exclusive, that when it snows, the trees in the snow level turn white, which is just so cool. I love that. It's so pretty. technically, since I'm in this little green biome area in the middle, I'm still getting rain and not snow. So it looks a little bit weird, but it's also very pretty. So the plan here is I'm going to take each row and go up to a certain height and then move like in one row and go up a little bit more and just keep moving this thing up and in while trying to keep the shape of the outside dome. So I think this level is at a good height, so now it's time to go in. I know that's going to be filled in, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that one there. Coming back behind this, I think I'm going to do some planks in between all of these. Since these are top slabs, placing a plank behind them is going to look like another slab kind of sticking up there. And there is no precise pattern that I'm trying to follow here. I'm really just trying to get this dome shape going up. It doesn't even all have to match. Like if there's a piece over here that's just one plank high and over there is a plank and a slab, it doesn't really matter. This is all going to look good in the end. So this is coming together pretty nicely. Over near the outside, or I guess the middle arches, I'm trying to keep it a little bit higher than everything else in the middle to kind of keep that arch look, but it's still coming together as a nice dome shape. I'm actually going to skip this row for now because I want to focus on the top. I know that this very top section, how I want this to look, so I'm going to fill this in like that. So it's basically a big square with the corners missing. And then I'm going to come down one row from the top and do something similar. So we'll do something like that if we come up and look at it. Yeah, this is looking good. And then that should help us define the rest of the shape that needs to get filled in behind it. Something kind of like that, I think. So if we take a step back and look at it, that looks pretty good, I think. So taking a little bit further step back, yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think I actually want that little row right there. No, I don't want that to come down. I think I want what's in front of it to come up a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. That looks good. So this is looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. One last thing I want to do on this side is, now that I have the shape defined, I'm going to come back up here and I'm actually going to remove some of these and replace them with stripped spruce logs like this. Not too many. I'm not going to go crazy with it. And I think I want to do it only in places where there's going to be a plank or a slab or something on top of it. So yeah, just something kind of like that. I think having a little bit of variety in the color and the texture is going to look really good, but the stripped spruce, it blends in with the spruce planks and slabs really well. All right, so now that this quadrant is done, I just need to repeat this on the other three sides, and I think we'll be done with this. And there we go. It is looking good. It's a little bit hard to see from the ground just because it is kind of tall and there's a bunch of trees around me, so it's hard to really get a step back. So I am going to take to the air and we'll take a look at this thing from afar and from above. Yeah, that looks really, really good. Let me hop on over here. I'll just kind of get a static viewpoint from above. Look at that. That is awesome. I like that. So now as I'm coming back to my base from going exploring and doing stuff, this is going to be right here in the middle. It's going to look really good. It's really going to stand out. I think I might end up clearing more of these trees from around it so it's not so buried, but I really like how this looks. So one last thing to do is actually on the inside. Looking at how the roof ends up on the inside, with any sort of domed or slanted roof, sometimes you get some funky insides. I'm okay with how this looks. I actually really, really like it. I'm not going to obsess over whether the inside is perfectly symmetrical. It looks fine. It looks domed. I'm happy with it. But the one thing I do want to add is some lighting because it's kind of dark in here now. So I've got some chains, I've got some lanterns. I'm going to come up to basically one block out from each corner of this portal and add some chains. And let's see how many I want. I think 3 is probably good. I don't want these to hang down too far. Yeah, I think that'll be good. So I'll do 3 chains on each corner, and that will add a little bit of lighting in here and not only brighten it up in a literal sense, but also brighten it up in an aesthetic sense. So take a step back. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. I think if they were hanging down too far, it would be a little bit too in your face, even though they're still kind of high up. So I think that looks really good. Okay, so I think that's going to wrap it up. So unfortunately, this roof is not spawn proof. There are plenty of spots up top where mobs could spawn in the nighttime. I'm not too worried about it because it's high enough up that they're not going to like drop down on me. We could get some skeletons that take some pot shots at us once it's daytime, but unless they're wearing headgear, then they should just burn up in the sun. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, that is going to complete our new portal structure. I think this really, it's a really nice sort of cap to the building, the storage building that we built last time, because you've got this nice looking structure on the outside. You've got your portal in it. It's nice and open. It's got a nice roof to it. But then you come inside and you go down into the underground storage area, which is actually bigger than the structure on the outside, which is kind of cool because it's almost like there's this secret building beneath it. It looks good from above. It looks good from below. I'm just all kinds of happy with this. That's going to wrap things up for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this build. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, and while you're down there, feel free to subscribe so you'll get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thanks y'all, and have a great day.